In life, I strongly believe that every challenge that comes our way, it's an opportunity to learn, it's an opportunity for growth if we pay attention to it. I mean, so long as we are in this world, even the Bible says that there will be trouble whilst we're in this world, but we are more than conquerors. And I'm speaking from the standpoint of a believer. So, on a general note, in life, there is a lot of lessons on any situation that we face. They say, what don't kill you make you, what don't break you make you. But that it's not by default. If we pay attention, there's definitely a lot to take out from whatever challenge that we face. I'm talking about the lessons I have learned through my journey of conquering stage 4 breast cancer. Anything I say right now, it's not to make light of anything, especially when it comes to cancer diagnosis. And I want you to also understand that all of these lessons that I'm going to be churning out today, I did not learn it in a day, I did not learn it in a week, not a month, not even a year. And guess what? I'm still learning, and I'm still learning from every phase that this challenge brings. I'm talking about cancer, and that could be any challenge at all that you're facing. And when we first encounter anything that is difficult, there is a lot of resistance from ourselves. There's a lot of resistance from our body, and that is sort of a coping mechanism, you know. But at the end of the day, it's about what happens following. Okay, so I'm talking about from the time I got diagnosed. It was not easy. It was very difficult for me to even get my head around it, because I've always thought myself to be like a fit person, someone who takes care of her spirit, soul, and body. So just couldn't understand why and where it's coming from, but that's not the topic for today. So wherever, my point is, my way of saying that wherever you are in your journey of cancer diagnosis, I want you to peg it. Now, this is an acronym that someone I respect so much has sounded in my ears over and over. And what is PEG? PEG is positive expectation of hope. So of good, sorry, and that is hope. When you're hopeful for something for a good outcome on anything, more often than not, I'm talking from my own personal experience, it does happen. So I peg it every day, and I encourage you to do the same. Wherever you are at your journey right now, just please remember to be hopeful. Right, and these lessons I'm going to say, it's not in any order at all. It's not number one is not the most important, or number 10 is no. I don't even know how many numbers I'm going to get up to, but you get it. It's not by order of priority or preference or whatever. So I'm just going to get first right into it. The first thing that I would say I learned is surrendering. I don't even know why I have to, say this one first, because that was one of the hardest things that I had to do. And actually, I can't even say that 100% I'm there yet, but I am definitely not where I used to be. Okay, so what do I mean by surrendering? I'm a kind of person who is like a go-getter, go, like everything has to be done in order and quick, and like a lot of things I want to control the outcome of the narration of things. And when this happens and I realize that I have no control, and that even hit home harder when the recurrence, because on the first diagnosis, like I had a total overhaul of everything, like when would I say even overdrive, and yet that was a recurrence. So I know that you would say, like, where is God in all of this? And I did ask, where is God in all of this? Because I believe God. I still believe God. There's not absolutely nothing in this life that can take that away from me. But there was some times when I feel like, God, how far now? you know, I'm using the layback Nigerian language. Like, what's up? What's going on? But I did not hear the voice of God saying, Angel, to relax, everything is going to be fine. It didn't happen that way. However, there were words of encouragement. Could be from my devotion time, could be from the words of a pastor, or from just someone who say something casually that gives me every assurance that I need at every step of the way and every single day that He's got me and He is in control. So I began to relax. I began to relax. When I say relax, I'm not saying I began to I was not doing eating right or trying to live right, or still taking my prayers and devotion. No, that was not what I mean. But what I mean is that state of trying to control how the narration goes. Like, God, you gotta heal me, and this is how it's going to happen. So I have to just sort of relax, and it's like I pray the prayer of, for your glory, whatever you do that will give you the greatest glory, that is where I want to be. And that was the surrender. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. We're still growing, so that's one. Another thing that I found really difficult was and I have to learn again, talking about control of things. Like, I don't like asking for help. I do not like asking for help at all. Even my family, if I open my mouth and ask my siblings for anything, they will do whatever it takes to give you that, because they know that for me to come to that point, it's like, it has no, like, yeah, you get the point. So, but in this journey, God was actually taking me through, a lot of things that I, as a believer, I didn't understand it that way. I didn't see it that way. What am I talking about? I thought my not wanting to ask people for help, or not wanting to receive help, was because, I don't want to burden people. But it was much deeper than that. And I'll tell you, first, I like to give. I'm a caregiver. I like to give care. I like to give up. And this was the route God took me to make it make sense. I like to give help. Like, I feel like it's a blessing to be a blessing, right? And now God was pointing out to me, so you want to be blessed by being a blessing, but you're denying other people the opportunity to be blessed for being a blessing to you. That was one of the profound lessons. So, like, I've been denying people the opportunity to be blessed. I don't want to do that. Secondly, He said, I am omnipotent. I'm the only one who is all sufficient. You are not all sufficient. You are a human being. If I wanted one person to live in this world, I wouldn't have said, be fruitful and multiply, Eve and Adam, and all of the creation story. And He's a God of fellowship. He's a God that believes that interdependence is important for growth and for nurturing and everything. And I was like, wait a minute, wow, okay. Have I been like acting as God all these years, thinking, oh, I got this, I've got that? I ain't got nothing. I don't got anything whatsoever. And wow, it was a big lesson to me, honestly, because I've been like this all through my life. It's still it's a work in progress. Let me just say, I'm a work in progress. So, but most definitely not where I used to be. Now I allow people, and whatever way that they want to help, I receive help with grace, and I receive it with humility, because that's also God's way of showing me His providence. And boy, has God been faithful in that area. He has been. I'm in a country whereby it's only my husband and I and our young children. I can't even imagine if I was not surrounded. Shout out to my church community. Amazing group of people. This is my joke. I'm wearing my church t-shirt. Anyway, amazing group of people. Like I was speaking to one of them just this Sunday gone, and I'm saying I don't feel that lonely anymore, like alone, like because you guys, everyone is everywhere around you, like trying to, you know, be of, they're doing everything more than you can even imagine. So it's like wow, it's such a blessing, and that's God's way of showing me that He will provide, and He did provide. Provided people, provided resources, food. When I don't have energy, people are in around me. So it's all about me letting go and just letting people, you know, be a blessing to me, so that they can be blessed as well. So that is another that's another great lesson that I would say I have learned. Again, I am not a sharer, and for me to even start to do this video, it took like I was diagnosed in 2023. I really started to make these videos about my journey in, was it late last year or January this year, something like that. So it was difficult. I am the kind of person, it's not like I'm not faking it. I don't fake it until I make it. I just carry on, because there's one word that I grew up with. It sounds in my ear. My mom, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So I felt like I don't ever have to show weakness. I don't ever have to show like that the tough time is getting to me. I have to remain tough. I can't share, like I don't know how to share. I don't know how to share. I don't know how to share difficult things. I mean, when everything is all going great and hallelujah, trust me, I'm a testimony giver. I will give you testimonies of what the Lord has done. But you know, and that was one of the things that God told me. I was waiting for everything to be all right. Like I go for my check, and they say, oh, we have no more cancer and everything. But God said, start now, start in the midst of it. I want to be glorified in the midst of it. And that was how I started. And in the sharing business, that one is still ongoing. I tell you the truth, it is still very much ongoing. I have not gotten there yet. You know what I said at the beginning of this video about wherever you are to your journey, just keep pushing. It's taking me over a year, and I'm not at the bus stop of, you know, where I'm supposed to be, what I know that I'm going to be. But His grace is sufficient, and He's helping me on a daily basis to get there. So, and in terms of sharing, like opening up, being vulnerable, I don't know how to do that. Did not know how to do that. My husband was, yeah, bless him, God bless him. Yeah, it was difficult for him, because he wants to know, like, how are you feeling? How are you? Like, how are you? I can't. I just couldn't. So, but now, even though I'm still learning how to share and all of that, this is the kind of thing I say. One of the things that I struggle really hard these days is fatigue. Now, fatigue is not your regular tired. And by the way, did you see me today here? Oh, it took a lot of work. And look at this beautiful weather. It's great. Yeah, I made it out here. I made it out here, and I'm so happy to be here. So be happy with me. When you see me smile, be happy with me. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to get to that point in terms of energy levels and stuff. Anyway, by the way, that's a story for another day. So I just tell him, oh, I could do with a bit more strength. And knowing me, he understands it, but not a lot of people do. And actually, and for this particular one, I don't know if I'm ready to even want to let a lot of people understand the intricacies of things. But before I deviate, I just want to say that at least I'm able to call up or text up someone to say, oh, this, I'm struggling in this area, I'm struggling in the area of childcare, even allow people to to see what's happening or get a feel of what's happening so that they know where an area that they could help. So that is again work in progress, but we will get there. You see what I mean? Do not be too hard on yourself, just take it a day at a time. But whatever happens, just make sure that you're making progress into the right direction.